And welcome to a new retrospective episode. This time we're changing it up. We're not doing WCW. We're not doing any other.
WWE.
We're not doing WWE. Oh no. We're doing an episode on a defunct company that shouldn't even be defunct,
In the first place.
if you ask me.
And that'll be Lucha Underground.
Yep. We're talking about Lucha Underground. I want to start off by saying I thoroughly enjoyed the episode. It reminded me of an actual legitimate TV show rather than a wrestling show.
Yeah, that's a very good point too. It's just like
I don't even think to me it is an actual, formulaic typical wrestling show.
It's feels like more like a drama than anything else, but for some odd reason it works.
It felt like a soap opera, but it worked.
Just it's not like you had all this backstage interview crap.
And then, you don't have all that backstage interview shit and all that sports stuff.
I mean, yeah.
But then I looked at who produced the show, and then I'm like, I'm not shocked that it was like that.
Exactly.
Do you know who produced the show, right?
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez.
The same motherfucker who did the Machete movies and the Spy Kids movies and movies.
Yeah, and the show.
He did movies.
Yeah.
But he was actually successful with it, though. That's the thing.
It was good.
And the roster was absolutely spectacular.
Oh, my God. It was. You had Johnny fucking Mundo, who's John Morrison in WWE. You had Prince Puma, who is Ricochet in WWE.
You had
Chavo. Conan. Like, what?
You also got Blue Demon Jr., which is probably the most iconic luchador of all time.
Yep. Oh, for sure. Sure. If you don't know who Blue Demon Jr. is,
I mean,
you need to open up your horizons past whatever company you're watching,
or actually just try. And this is the thing too. Like, and a fun fact, like his father was the rival of El Santo himself back in the day. Like that's how prestigious that family is. And the Guerrero family is no slouch either when it comes to lucha libre.
For sure. They're legends in that part of that style of wrestling.
So you got two legendary families going. Well, yeah, but got to get a little fun fact in there.
Yeah. To start off, I did take out that long ass intro out of my notes.
Yeah.
They basically were telling me this like scripted history of lucha libre.
Yeah,
about like in the past where
like these different tribes and all this stuff.
Like the whole temple thing and the 7 temples, whatever the hell they were talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like they had like it was like kind of like Game of Thrones where like if you lost a match your head gets cut off.
Something like that.
Which I don't even think that part's true.
Well, it may not be true, but it's good. It's good for good storytelling.
I'm like, this is some Game of Thrones shit, isn't it?
Yeah,
going into it.
Yeah, but for some odd reason, like it gets you immersed into that storytelling.
It gets you immersed into it, and it makes it even more interesting to watch, which I love. And I love like throughout the entire show, they gave wrestlers their own backstory.
Exactly, like
I love that. I love that aspect too. Like you don't see that in any other wrestling company.
No, because like that's the thing too. Like you said, like they give each wrestler their own tribe and that saying that like they're a descendant of this tribe or wherever the meaning behind that is. Like the storytelling is exceptional.
It's
top notch.
Like in literally episode 1, I'm sitting here like hooked.
Like because it's like. You got a great roster. You got awesome storytelling and good producing.
Yep.
And yeah.
it's just all around one of the best defunct shows, and I keep saying defunct because it is. It shouldn't
which is
be, but it is.
nah,
It's a crime that it is. But let's just get
yeah.
to the first match. Speaking of Blue Demone Jr., he's in a match with Chavo to start off, and
Probably
in my opinion, the match was kind of slow paced.
yeah. Despite the fact
But
Lucha Libre is more fast paced, free flowing.
yeah, this one had like a lot of technical holds and a lot of other stuff, and ended in a technical finish. Chavo
Yeah.
tapped out.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and
yeah,
then,
and
but it was a good. But to me, it was a good opener. Now,
oh,
what
that's
are
an
your thoughts?
excellent opener for having two of the legendary wrestling families go out in the very first show of Lucha Underground.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. But you had and you got to think of it too. It's the very first episode of a new wrestling company. You're going to
Abs-
expect some hiccups here and there.
oh yeah.
Which honestly, what shocked me, there wasn't many
No,
in
because
the first episode. There wasn't many at all. Then we move on to one of our first backstage,
like
promo or backstage segments, which wasn't really a backstage segment. It was
it
pretty
was
much a mini movie.
yeah, it was more like a cinematic kind of feel to it.
It was a cinematic. It's basically a cinematic, thing. We have Conan having a
Hey,
meeting with the boss, Dario Cueto.
yo,
He's introducing, yo, what's up? What's Lucha? Yeah.
yeah, the greatest
I
chant you
can't.
could
I
ever.
can't do it with my other arm. My other arm's holding the phone. Holding the phone.
But yeah, you guys you can understand the way that show has run. But yeah,
Yeah.
the fact that and look and
But
Dario,
then Dario Cueto is like a freaking evil mob boss that you see in a mob movie.
but for some reason, like it just I don't know. There's something about that I just liked about his character and the way
My god,
like
he makes Vince McMahon, the character, look like it looks like dog water compared to him.
no, because that's actually how you do it the right way when it comes to a villain authority figure.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Like
And I'm sitting here thinking, what did he do before this? Was he a Hollywood actor? I had to look the motherfucker up. I'm like, this dude must be a Hollywood actor. His acting is too damn good for a
he
wrestling
actually
show.
isn't. If for those who don't know, the guy who actually played or the play character Dario Cueto, he is an actual actor.
no fucking wonder he was that good.
And not to mention, also,
I'm like, this dude's a great ass actor. Why is he on a wrestling show right now? He's too good for this.
Exactly. But then again, I kind of feel like this is kind of his idea as well. But it's just like
you can tell it's his idea because look where he's at right now. He has that same concept, but for MLW.
Exactly. Like
He's doing MLW stuff now. But yeah, he basically announced Prince Puma is going to be in a match with Johnny Mundo later tonight.
Which, yeah, now for those who's living under.
Don't remind me that motherfucker was in Jack and Jill. That movie sucked.
Yeah, but yeah,
I forgot he was in that movie.
I mean,
at the success of Lucha Underground, mind you, he comes out with a dud with Jack and Jill. You have a good ass wrestling company. You're in a good ass state, and you do Jack and Jill.
Exactly, and not to mention
what.
And think about it this way too: is like now, like the next match on the card, like he announces, like two WWE guys going at it, but under different different names.
One's a future WWE guy because at that time he wasn't even thought of in WWE.
Yeah, that's very true.
Johnny Mundo had left WWE 3 years prior to this. Oh yeah, Al Pacino. And why the fuck did you say he was in that? I thought it was him too. Yeah, Al Pacino was in that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a different guy.
Don't mention that either. Don't mention that either to save Al Pacino's career.
Absolutely.
Discredit that part of that movie. Okay? Discredit that. He is top 5 greatest actor, but discredit that one role because it sucked. Back to Lucha Underground though.
Yep.
We had Son of Havoc versus Sexy Star, aka the woman who likes to break arms legitimately.
Exactly. And
yes, I am ribbing her about that because that shit was uncalled for. And she didn't even apologize for shit either. Trying to break Rosemary's arm and shit.
Yeah.
Dunkachino. That's the only funny part of the movie, okay?
Yeah. But yeah, that's another thing too. Is like, do I really want to make this comparison? But she's kind of like was like the Nia Jax of Lucha Libre.
She was Nia Jax before Nia Jax was cool.
Exactly.
Legitimately injuring people and shit.
Yeah.
But to the match, Sexy Star would get told by Son of Havoc to get out of the ring for the count out. She gets out of the ring. She's acting like oh no, I'm gonna get counted out. Oh no, what am I gonna do?
She said, "Nah, fuck this shit."
The count gets to 5. Midway through the freaking count, she gets in the ring like a fucking badass, starts punching the shit out of Son of Havoc.
Exactly. Like
I was like, damn, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, and that's another thing too. It's just like, yeah, I mean, Sexy Star is the most still hated today, but
yeah, after what she did to Rosemary, no one likes her.
Like that could have been prevented. Well, I know we're kind of getting a little bit off topic, but I mean, kind of, but kind of not. Since we're trying to talk about Sexy Star, but you would think that if she did not have done that, like the whole outcome would have been a whole lot different. She wouldn't have been,
or if she would have said, "Look, I made a mistake. I'm sorry."
Exactly.
Okay.
But
because sometimes you accidentally do injure somebody in
wrestling.
It happens in wrestling. You could have said, "Look, I'm sorry. I kind of did go a little bit too hard with the armbar. Let's, have a rematch and hope, and I won't hurt you again."
Yeah, just as a makeup.
That's it. Make it up. But the problem is she didn't. She's hated.
And good for her.
Yeah. And she's basically forgotten.
Yeah.
But then she would soon get hit with a shoulder tackle, and get squashed in like 1 minute.
Yeah, about a minute, almost like a minute, 15 minutes.
Minute.
I don't know why I almost fucked that one up. I said a minute to a minute 15. It's like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
It was minute and a half. Pretty much.
Yeah, somewhere in that range. But I mean, yeah.
But judging on her run, this first match didn't hurt her at all.
I mean, you guys have to think too, this is the very first episode, so there's a lot of things that they have to work out in future episodes.
Yeah, which they do over time. I don't know what killed them though, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Then we move to another cinematic backstage segment. Again, I love these. I'm glad they went with this until their demise. And I'm glad that other wrestling companies followed suit with this. The whole cinematic
absolutely
aspect of it. I love matches like that. When WWE does it, I love it. When Impact does it, I love it. When AEW does it, I love it.
Yeah,
it's something different. It's something new.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
And that's the thing too. And this is what's. I mean, who knows how? I mean, I know we're kind of don't want to try to get ahead of ourselves, despite the fact it's the very first episode of Lucha Underground. But from what we've seen so far from this portion of the episode, it's like, man, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a whole lot more better episodes than this one. I mean, it was a good episode, but it's just like they're gonna really have better ones later down the road.
Yeah, they are. But Cueto, the boss, would confront Chavo for losing, and he would announce a mystery opponent for next week. He didn't even say what opponent it was going to be at all. Didn't say it. And he just says there's an opponent. I'm sorry for you, and there's nothing I can do to stop him once he gets into the building and has his match.
And then he also said, like, you basically, he told him straight to his face, like, you disgraced the Guerrero family name from tapping out of the middle of the ring.
He literally put down Chavo the entire time for disgracing the family. And I'm like, oh, shit.
I was like, okay, I like this where this is going.
I'm like, this guy's a quality heel so far. I'm liking it.
Yeah.
But then we move on to the main event, Johnny Mundo, which is John Morrison in WWE, Johnny Impact in Impact.
Yeah.
Johnny, whatever the fuck, another name of the company.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he's like goes with like 10 different names outside of his WWE career.
I think because like now if remember because I see at the time like, he hasn't stepped in the ring in about over 3 years.
At this point, he hadn't stepped in the ring since his WWE departure in what 2011?
Something along those lines. And what did Lucha
Yes,
Underground
it was 2011. It was 2011 because it was 3 years, and Lucha Underground
It came out in 2014, if I'm not
came
mistaken.
out in 2014. So it was 2011 when he left.
Okay.
That was a very fun match, which I expected, knowing that this was Ricochet and John Morrison.
And
like knowing that fact, I'm expecting a good match, and they delivered.
That was just a fucking great match, man.
Freaking amazing! It went over like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And guys were hitting impact moves where you're thinking, oh, this is the finish. Nope. Oh, this is the finish. Nope.
Absolutely. No, it's just like it's a lot of twists and turns. It's like it's just what makes the match so great. And the fact that now we know that it's Ricochet and Morrison going at it, but under like different monikers. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure back in 2014, not knowing that was Ricochet, if I would have watched it, I probably would have been surprised with Prince Puma. But now knowing that it's Ricochet, I'm not that surprised.
Because that's a very good point.
But then Johnny would win, and then Cueto will come out with the $10,000 prize. And yeah, he came out early in the show, announced a $10,000 prize for whatever wrestler.
No, I think it was 100,000 if I'm not mistaken.
It was 10,000.
No, 10. I think it
10,000 or 100,000.
I think it was 100,000. Yeah, it was $100,000 signing bonus.
Right, $100,000 signing bonus. He would announce to whatever wrestler he sees fit. Johnny thinks he wins, and he tries to grab the briefcase, only for Cueto to pull away. And they get into a scuffle with it, kind of like basketball players do when they try to hit a jump ball for some reason. But then 3 unnamed wrestlers. One we know.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Jackson.
Or known as Big Rick.
Big Rick.
I was like, holy shit.
But we don't know. But hold on, you just spoiled the name.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't announced yet, but it comes out to be Big Rick in Lucha.
You got Cortez Castro and
whoa. No spoils. No. You have some 2 other unnamed goons. Which will be named later, obviously. But don't name them yet. We'll get there.
I don't know, man. I just kind of feel that little tag. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we saw that tactic before with any heels that we remember in professional wrestling.
The thing is, the 2 other people minus Ezekiel Jackson, I didn't know. I knew who Ezekiel Jackson was.
Oh yeah, I think everybody should know who he is.
I saw him. I'm like, that's Ezekiel Jackson. But the 2 other people, I don't even know who the hell they are. They're probably some from like AAA or CMML.
Or probably anywhere else.
Anywhere else. We don't know who the 2 people are, but we know Ezekiel Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
He shows up, punches Puma square in the face.
It's like, yikes.
Beats down both Puma and Johnny Mundo. The boss gives them the money to end the show. They ended it on a freaking cliffhanger. Kind of.
God, I was like, God damn it, man. It's like, you can at least give us more than that.
No, they shouldn't. That was perfect.
Legitimately,
that was perfect.
Oh, dude,
because it's ran like a legitimate TV show.
Yeah, for about almost 30 minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
So I think it was 45 minutes.
Yeah, almost 45 minutes to an hour, depending on
45 minutes to an hour. That's pretty much a decent sized TV show.
Oh yeah, that's for certain.
Because a lot of your TV shows run for 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
depending on what show it is.
Absolutely.
Well, wow, man.
Just man, what's going to come next? I mean, how they're going to? Let's see. I'm thinking myself after seeing that first episode. It's like, How they let's see what they're gonna have let's see how they're gonna build around on the fallout after that episode. Like what's
what's next? And I'm looking forward to seeing what's next
it's abs
because this show is absolutely awesome.
so far to really start it all of well technically you could probably say it's a TV show like you said more than a professional wrestling promotion than anything
It
else.
didn't it didn't really feel like a wrestling show. It felt like a TV show.
A TV show with professional wrestling in it. That's the thing.
Yeah, it kind of felt like what if I'm watching the show Heels, it felt kind of like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like
There's some wrestling sprinkled in. You see some wrestling, but then the bulk of the show is story.
yeah, it's just like it's just a really excellent storytelling.
It's something that WWE tries to do but fails.
Exactly.
And it's just like ah.
Like if you can get that right, I mean, you can set yourself up for success with that because like it just gives you, and that's the thing too. Like these cinematics, it gives the more character a better understanding of their backstory. Like and the drama that goes in the locker room. Like what other like how do you cannot ask for a better drama segment or like add those kind of segments in that kind of show.
And I'm not going to talk about Lucha Underground now. I'm talking about Impact now. That's why Matt Hardy did what he did. Made this whole broken universe and the broken character and having cinematic matches at his house, like, and some other places and having all the cinematic stuff. And
that's very true.
It was just good.
Like it just
what was
expected.
And to me, that's what wrestling needs to be now. Because 95 to 100% of wrestling fans, minus kids, know this shit's not real.
Yeah.
They know it's not real. So make it like a TV show.
Yeah, and actually
with cinematic stuff.
To really shows like who the character is, what's their backstory, kind of like basically it's like reading a book kind of thing. You gotta learn the character and try to imagine like who's the protagonist, who's gonna be the antagonist, like that kind of stuff. Like it's like kind of reading like a book. It's like you can't that's a perfect recipe for success.
And I love how episode 1 you don't know all the characters yet.
Like
WWE, you're knowing more than half of the roster. AEW, you're knowing more than half the roster. Impact, you're knowing more than half the roster. With this, like you don't know everybody that's in Lucha Underground. You don't know who signed yet.
Exactly, and
except for the people that you're seeing on TV, it's a slow build.
Yeah, and
I love it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like Johnny Cueto said, like he does, like for Chad was like, you have a mystery opponent coming next week. Who knows that? Who might that be?
Bro, you said Johnny Cueto.
Oh, I did? Oh shit.
Yes.
I meant Dario Cueto.
We're not talking about the pitcher. The pitcher ain't even in the damn
I'm sorry. Like I got baseball in my brain. But yeah, you know where I was going with that.
I knew you were going with it. I knew.
But like he said,
I was just wanting to rib you.
I did. I said, okay, I think I did. I was like, I didn't, and then until you said something. But yeah, like what Dario Cueto said, the child was like, you have a mystery. I can give you an opportunity to make it up with a mystery opponent. God forbid, who knows that's going to be? Like and like you said, we saw like probably
it's probably Ezekiel Jackson.
We don't know
because he's big.
Exactly,
and Chavo's small, and he's saying, "Good luck, you're gonna need it." I feel sorry for you because his opponent ain't no slouch.
Which that can mean anything because like you're having don't want to get ahead of myself, but yeah, it's just like the slow build, the great storytelling. Yeah, the intro might be fictional as crap, but
oh yeah, that was fictional as all hell. I'm like, yeah, that shit.
But I feel like that's an excellent way how to start. It's like, okay, so what is Lucha Underground? Like how does this all come about? Like it just like it gives you it kind of gives you things like, okay, so like Lucha Underground, the concept itself, yes, I get it's a TV show, but the way how they've written it, it's just like we can just have like these tribes and their descendants kind of coming into the temple.
It felt And I know Conan said it in the show, and I agree with him though. In like real life sense, it felt Game of Thrones like.
Absolutely.
And I only watched a few episodes of Game of Thrones, and I know what the fuck they're talking about because there's different tribes in Game of Thrones.
Absolutely. And the fact that they're incorporating, obviously, hence the name Lucha. Obviously the Lucha Libre style, which is more or translates to free style wrestling, basically.
Yeah, they're
like it's more like fast paced.
And they said it best in the middle of the show during a match. American wrestling, half the time they cut off the ring, so to speak.
Exactly. And Lucha Libre, they use the entire ring.
Yeah, they're like jumping around, doing flips this way, that way.
Think of the Lucha Brothers now. Let's take an example. The Lucha Brothers in AEW.
You don't know what the hell they're going to do next. They're like at one end of the ring, they're another end. I'm like, okay.
And that's how they're more accustomed to doing things. Plus, obviously, they're still keeping the tradition of wearing the mask.
Yeah.
Which is like and then that's another thing too. Even like for those who don't know, like if you remove your mask in Lucha Libre, that's an ultimate sign of disrespect to whatever family you're at. It just I don't know though. It just kind of says like you're pretty much like you disrespected the family in a certain sense when you take off that mask, which is it's the icon of Lucha Libre. Yeah. Think of Blue Demon Jr. Always, and you see like these Lucha if you look at like the very first Blue Demon Jr., when he acted in movies, he had his mask on. Like people don't. It's like that's the tradition and the culture that it brings. What Lucha Libre has, and the fact that Lucha Underground, stays with that concept is just absolutely. I think it's an amazing concept to keep. But it's just the show is written so great.
It was written perfectly, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't think I had a problem with it. And the thing is, my first instinct to going for like first episodes of like wrestling shows, my first gripe is to just look for something that's wrong with it. And the thing is, there was barely anything wrong with New Lucha Underground.
There were some hiccups, sprinkled in a little bit, but I mean,
you had Sexy Star get squashed, which was a gripe in itself. But other than that,
I mean, just
what? Nothing.
That's a great card. And the fact that you had Blue Demon Jr. and Chavo Guerrero square off in the ring with two of the most iconic Lucha Libre families to start the very first episode of Lucha Libre, like you cannot write that any better than itself. Like that's just.
And if you're creating a Lucha Libre company, you would have to start off like that.
Exactly.
So, kudos to them. Kudos to.
Mostly for Robert Rodriguez for producing this.
For sure.
He
made it fucking good. I'm like, what the hell?
Like the guy he was a director for movies, but actually produces a
director for a fucking movie, and I'm like,
and the fact that
when I heard about Lucha Underground before that, and how they signed Robert Rodriguez on, I'm like, this is not going to go well. And then now that I'm seeing this, I'm like, it went well.
Exactly. And it's just like, and that's the thing too. Like at times they will leave on cliffhangers, and which honestly, I mean, it sucks for most fans, but for us, like the way that we see it's like, okay, so what's going to happen next? Because that's it gets the blood flowing, like gets your adrenaline.
I feel like a lot of fans do love it because if you looked at the Attitude Era back in the late '90s, there was cliffhangers in it.
Absolutely.
WWE, there was, and people love that. Now it's like, oh, we know what's gonna happen next week. This is not good, and they're already predicting what's gonna happen. Like,
but with Lucha Underground, you absolutely do not know because the first episode we got a sample, like a very small sample size of what the roster is going to be. Obviously, we got 60 Star, Blue Demon Jr., Chavo Guerrero Jr. Obviously, we had Cortez Castro, Cisco, Big Rick, or in most cases, Ezekiel Jackson from.
Bro, again, you just spoiled what happened at the final second.
Oh, I did.
Of Lucha Underground. Those are the two wrestlers' names that attacked Johnny. plus Ezekiel Jackson.
And that's like
Sorry,
we said,
sorry for that, guys, but that's names.
but yeah, and this is why I think and like you said, like this, how this company went to fund is beyond my imagination. Like,
I actually don't even know how, and fans were pissed. I remember
how
fans
the
being
hell this thing
pissed.
went under? Like, it's like the
Like
concept.
everybody was watching this shit.
Yeah,
And like, I mean, except for me, because I didn't see it initially.
because it was like,
Because I don't think I even had the network that it was on.
Yeah, the L Ray network.
I didn't even have that.
Which is
when it first
that was the only gripe that I had with that. It's like
they were on a no-named network.
Yeah, that we did
a new network that had just came out. If they were on like,
actually that was that's Rodriguez's network as well. He's the
I think that's why they had it, because he had done the show and he put it on that part.
Yeah, but
that was like whatever.
Despite that having been the only gripe, but it's just like
it was successful for 4 seasons.
Yeah,
4.
And then as soon as the company went, as soon as the company went, wait, I thought it had more. I thought it had like 4 or 5 seasons. Oh, that's right. They had 4 seasons.
No, it had 5.
Wait a minute. Yeah, 5 seasons.
5 seasons was the 5th season was the last season.
Yeah, before the bunch of
before they had lost money somehow and went
lost money, and they had a shit ton of lawsuits from your roster.
Oh, I don't even know. I think it was because of the lawsuit and shit, and
probably
didn't want any part of it, whatever. But other than that,
I mean, it was just well written.
Now I'm like slightly more pissed off that it's no more.
Like it's like you guys had something going here for your.
They really had something going with this company,
because it's like American, and this is why I think too. Like this is why I think Lucha Libre wrestling is so much more fun to watch, and I feel like American wrestling kind of just gets boring after a while. You know what I mean?
To me, yeah, I could sit there and watch an episode of SmackDown and be fine, or an episode of Raw and be fine, or an episode of Dynamite and be fine. But some matches, I'm just looking at my phone.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not paying attention to it.
Because American wrestling, to just draw it out.
And also with American wrestling, it's very formulaic in a sense.
Oh, absolutely.
Very formulaic. You're like, okay, mid-match is going to be a wrestle, up suplex on the top rope, up there's this.
Some like miscellaneous moves.
There's a table spot here, another rest hold,
or
commercial
spot.
Another table spot, I'm like, it's getting boring, man.
Absolutely. And it's just
I used to be glued, and I remember being glued to the screen as a kid with American wrestling.
Yeah, but now
now it's like it's boring. It's like, what?
But now we're seeing the emergence of Lucha Libre in the United States. It's like this is more entertaining to watch, because it's all in one pace, rather than you're more like clunky and robotic, like you're cutting off one side of the ring or you're cutting on the other side. Rather, like Lucha Libre is using the entire surroundings,
right?
And we see it with the Lucha Bros, or who else? I mean, Fuego del Sol's another guy I can think of. There was another guy I can't think of. Serpentico. That's what his name is. I couldn't think of it.
Yo, fucking AEW screwing him over.
Yeah,
I hate to say it. They're screwing him. Like, Serpentico has been with the company since its inception, and you haven't brought him up to a Dynamite episode.
Fuego del Sol, man. I mean, he's another guy. I don't know if I feel like he's been pretty consistent with the company at times.
He has. But if you guys, we're at this point where if you guys have any questions, ask us. If you don't, then sayonara. But
well, yeah, he had to drop a little Mexican greeting for it, or I should say, yeah,
sayonara.
No. Wait a minute. That's
sayonara is not Spanish.
No, that's right. That's right. It's Japanese. I forgot.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you say goodbye in Spanish? Oh fuck. I'm not gonna attempt it. So
I'm not even gonna attempt it either. I failed Spanish in high school.
Hey, look. We both. To our viewers, we both bullshitted our way. We both suck at Spanish.
We freaking bullshitted our way past that class.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, and we have a hard time even speaking English too. Like
yo, I suck at speaking English. That's my language, and I suck at that shit.
But yeah, but like you said, you know, if you guys have any questions, you know, leave us in the comments below. When you guys, because it's like, also my buddy Eagle fan, you know, thank you for stopping by in the chat.
Again, man, you're basically our number one fan for the last few episodes, man.
Absolutely,
you've been the number one guy. Yeah, I don't think we're having any questions at this point. So,
I mean, I don't have no final thoughts at the moment. So, I mean,
I have no final thoughts. I said all I had to say about this great show.
It's just, hopefully stay tuned for another installment of the Recollection series. Just stay tuned for that, basically.
The next one, what should we do?
Why not? Actually, why not do? I think we should add Ring of Honor to the list.
I don't have. That means I have to download Fight and then look through all the library. They have like over 100 freaking episodes, and I don't have time to.
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking MLW, but man, they did the entire goddamn library, which is But
I'm pretty sure Ring of Honor doesn't have the library anymore. It's getting sold.
That is very true.
Oh, I'm not even sure if they have it available anymore. So Ring of Honor is pretty much
out the window. But guys, you know, let us know in the comments, man. Like, what do you guys want to see?
Yeah, what do you guys want to see? We could do territories from the 80s. We could do 80s wrestling from WWE. We can do
that is or like Lucha, do another episode of Lucha Underground, or what else did we do? Or WCW.
We can WCW. Episode 3 of WCW.
You tell us what you guys want to see, because this show is for you guys.
Raw, Classic SmackDown. We can do it all, man.
Or Thunder.
Actually, we actually could do that.
We need to do Thunder, because
we're gonna do that. Why don't we do that next week?
Yeah, you know, kind of spice it a little bit. Since we did WCW, we only did 3 episodes of Nitro, but why not spring into Thunder or Saturday nights, or like the Saturday night main event, or I don't know how the.
I feel like we could do Saturday night and Saturday night main event.
Yeah,
as like a set. We can call that the Saturday retrospective series.
Absolutely.
Have the 2 Saturday shows on that. But
I got nothing.
I got nothing either. So thank you guys for stopping by. If you stopped by live, if you haven't stopped by live, this will be available.
It'll be a VOD by the time we're done. And look, like we said, if you guys want to see more of this, let us know in the comments down below. Let us know what you want to see.
Also, like we've said countless times, your mental health matters. You matter. We love you.
We're kind of beating the dead horse at this point, basically.
But it's best to beat the dead horse about that.
Absolutely.
We give a shit about you. This is all about you. You matter.
Absolutely.
We love you. We respect you. If you feel alone, message us. We'll listen to you.
Hey, don't be afraid to ask for help, though. That's a huge important thing.
Do not be afraid. So with that said, it's been the Lucha Underground retrospective with your boy Tyler and your boy Robert. And we will see you guys next time, and peace.